Chainsaw Man, the movie, Reze arc, a very long title for a very good movie that is not as long as Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, that's for sure. This movie's 100 minutes, whereas that was like 2.5 hours. This, of course, is the newest piece of Chainsaw Man material since that amazing first season that I absolutely adored. And I was so excited to be able to go to a theater and see a new Chainsaw Man movie. In a brutal war between devils, hunters, and secret enemies, a mysterious girl named Reze has stepped into his world, and Denji faces his deadliest battle yet, fueled by love in a world where survival knows no rules. But I also want to give a big thank you to the sponsor for this video, BetterHelp. When I was younger, it was strange to admit that you were going to therapy. It was the type of thing that you didn't want to talk about over the dinner table, and a lot of people kept that guarded. But it's a very healthy thing and can be incredibly helpful to your life. But once you're in therapy, how do you open up to a stranger? It's difficult sometimes to share very personal things with someone you've just met. But once you realize your therapist is not there to judge you, they want to make your life better. They want to improve everything about it. Getting over that hump and recognizing that therapy is a safe, non-judgmental place is when things really start to improve. BetterHelp makes starting therapy less intimidating. A therapist will listen, ask questions, and help you see things from new perspectives. They can give you advice on techniques to make positive changes in your life. You just fill out a questionnaire and match with a therapist in just days. If it's not the right fit, you can switch anytime at no extra cost. So click the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/Chris Stuckmann and get 10% off your first month. Once again, that link is betterhelp.com/Chris Stuckmann for 10% off your first month. Thank you so much to them for sponsoring this video. We're in a really amazing time for anime, not just manga or on TV, but at the movie theaters, because Demon Slayer can open at #1 at the box office and make like $70 million opening weekend, and Chainsaw Man can also open #1 and make a ton of money, and they're both really, really good. Chainsaw Man, the film, I actually liked more than the Demon Slayer movie. This feels a little more like a complete movie experience, whereas Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, as much as I loved it, did feel very episodic in its nature. It's incredibly good and very cinematic. Not downgrading that movie at all. I'm just saying the Chainsaw Man did feel more like a cinematic experience that had a beginning, a middle, and an end. And even though this movie has the action horror trappings that you would expect from a Chainsaw Man story, it's really about a really lonely boy who just wants to make a connection with somebody who has no idea how to do that. And any girl who even remotely comes close to him, he falls for them. He can't control that side of himself. And I love that this movie actually has a very good emotional core at its center. I cared quite a bit about Denji and this new girl Reze that he meets at a cafe. She's so sweet and so likable instantly, and I didn't know anything about the manga or this story going in, so I had no idea where the story was going, and every time the film tries to present a new way of looking at Reze, I was always very surprised. The film also features an early date sequence with Makima and Denji, where they go to a movie marathon and they watch many films over the course of a day, and they both connect on their very unique reaction to the movies. Everybody else in the theater seems to be feeling one way, and they're feeling the exact opposite, and it's this really sweet sequence that makes me want to know more about Makima's movie opinions. But where this film just absolutely takes off into the stratosphere is once the true nature of some characters are revealed and you get a latter half that is so action-packed, it felt like it blew by in 10 minutes. And the animation is truly stunning. Mappa has outdone themselves. We are in an amazing era for anime, not just for how it looks, but how it sounds. The sound design for Chainsaw Man is wonderful. This absolutely rattled my theater. I loved hearing this movie. There are many sequences in this film that take place during the rain, and there's also a swimming sequence, and the animation for the water and the droplets of rain felt so lifelike and realistic that I just didn't question it. It's like when I see light animated extremely well in an anime, or like in the film Akira. The use of light in that movie is so stunning, and it's able to trick your brain into thinking it's actual water or it's actual light. And that's when you know you're watching an exceptionally animated film. Without getting into any spoilers, as funny as this movie is, as absurd as it is, especially when he is Chainsaw Man, just cutting through so much flesh and bone, and it's so much fun, The film also is very, very emotional and has an ending that I really did not expect, that truly hit me as a gut punch. And definitely stay through the credits because there is a little something afterwards. I stayed through because I was enjoying the music and the vibes and having a good time, and then got surprised by an extra scene. If you've already seen the movie and you missed that, check it out the next time you watch it. It's such a good movie. If you're a fan of Chainsaw Man, the show, or the manga, you're going to love this. But I could see a world where this actually initiates someone to go and watch the show because you get enough of a catch up in the beginning where you kind of understand what's going on. There's a lot to love about this movie. I think it's actually one of my favorite films of the whole year, surprisingly. It's just such a fantastic film. Definitely don't miss this one, guys. Thank you so much, as always, for watching. And if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.